Hello folks, we had a question today how to saddle a horse. We're going to demonstrate at least how I do it. I'll show you the traditional way people do it and the reason why I don't do it that way. So the first thing I like to do, this horse has already been cowboy groomed. And what does that mean? That means I just hit the areas that highlighted where a piece of tack is on. I didn't do the whole horse. When you got a job to do, you got a job to do. We'll do detailed grooming later. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is I like to put a blanket on first, and I know a lot of people either put a pad on or put a blanket. A lot of people put a blanket on top of a pad in the show road because you got a pretty design. When I'm cowboying, I like to put my blanket down first because it's easier to clean versus a pad. And I know a lot of people in the cowboy road definitely follow the same suit. Show road, a lot of times they'll put a blanket or top the pad. So first thing I do, get my pad out of the way here. And what I do is I try to find the center, match it up correct, and there's a line right here that goes down the horse's back, right between the buttocks. And I know I'm right because I pinch right in the middle. And I take my blanket on top of the hair and I slide it down, okay? I slide down in place, my fingers are right on that line. Now I like to have a little bit, this part right here, the shoulder, I like to have a handprint in front of it, and I'll bring the edge of the blanket right to that area. The reason that I do that is because if I gotta move the saddle, I can just slide everything back instead of picking up and ruffling the fur, okay? Once I'm there, I put on the pad next. Same thing with leather strip. Right here, the leather strip. Put it right on the line of the horse. And then what I do is I teepee it and get all the hair out of the way, okay? So there's no wrinkles. Okay, next I get the saddle. Now I'll show you the traditional way everybody saddles is it normally come around the back of the horse, come around the front. And what they'll do is try to carry the saddle, throw it up there as fast as they can, and then all the rigging gets caught, okay? So I really don't like saddling from this side. You know, especially if you're a short person, it's going to happen every time where the rigging gets stuck on a saddle pad, and it's no good. Now this is a traditional side, and the other side, left side of the horse. A lot of people do it, but I always saddle my horse up to the right, and this is why. When I'm preparing to saddle the horse, what I like to do is I have my saddle nose down. I take my right hand, place it right here on the lead edge of the fender of the saddle right here. I take my left hand, I put it behind the cantle, and I'll pick up the saddle and rotate it like this, like I'm carrying up books in school, okay? Upside down, just like this, sideways. Next thing I do is I try to go at a 45-degree angle from the horse's shoulder, because that's the safest area. I'm not going to get kicked, not going to get pawed, okay? So when my hand's here, what I'll do is step and swing and throw the saddle up and over. And the momentum is going to help me saddle the horse. So when I go, I step, I swing, it just goes into place, okay? Now remember, when I gave the example of putting the saddle on the other side, all the rigging got caught, okay? When I saddle the horse from this side, all my rigging's on this side, okay? So since I'm on this side, I don't have to come all the way back around, undo the rigging, or try to reach over and undo the rigging. I'm already on this side, so I can undo the rigging now. So I'll let both my cinches down. I make sure my saddle is half and half, sticking out of the blanket is equal, okay? Then what I'll do is I will teepee my, you want to come over here. So what I like to do is right here in the gullet, I try to lift up the pad in the blanket and I create a teepee. So what's happens is air goes underneath, okay, and it lets go the wrinkles around the withers of where the blanket and the pad is. So I always teepee my saddle. Next thing what I do, you have a bar of the saddle right here, okay, on the tree. What I like to do is I like to stick my fingers behind the shoulder blade, find the shoulder blade with my fingers, find where the bar is of my saddle, okay? And I make sure that the bar of my saddle is not right on top of the shoulder blade of the horse. Right now, I am good to go, okay? I make sure my saddle strings are good, not gonna be in the way. Make sure that nothing's twisted. Come around the horse, let them know I'm coming around the horse with my fingers as antennas. Walk around to the other side. Check my saddle strings, check my rigging, okay? You'll notice I have saddle strings underneath my saddle. I pull them out. That way there's no hard spots that I'm riding with and irritating the horse's back. I'll TP once again on this side. Now I'll create a workspace. I'll throw my stirrup up over the saddle. Now I'm here at my latigo, okay? Now you gotta be careful. Some people wrap their stirrup on top of the horn. I know back in the 1800s, cowboys used to have black powder pistols, and every once in a while, if the stirrup came down and land, hit the hammer, and there went the pistol, went off, okay? So back in the old days, from the old timers would tell me they wouldn't put their stirrups up here. But for you, we're going to. So I created my workspace. I have my latigo. I'm going to undo my latigo knot, and I'm going to leave it there, okay? Now for safety, okay, I am going to reach my arm here. Now I can tell you classically, they tell you to reach for the cinch like this. I don't like that because a hind leg come in and it will break your leg, okay? And besides that, people are different heights, so it's going to hit you in different areas. And I know the theory is, you know, better your leg, your butt than your head, okay? But I'm going to show you a way that's pretty safe. Once again, I'm at a 45-degree angle from the horse. I take my hand, slide underneath the belly, and watch that hind leg. And I reach, grab the cinch, and wherever my forearm was touching, I keep it there until the cinch replaces it. Now I grab my latigo, I feed it through the cinch buckle, and I pull. Everything comes undone like this, and I'll show you this setup later on in another video. Take my cinch, roll back in, and all I do is retrace my latigo. Okay? And when I do a saddle, I like to pull out and up so I'm not creating wrinkles on the skin. So out and up, out and up, okay? And I'm not going to tighten it all the way tight yet to up on the rear cinch, okay? Now I take the tongue of the cinch buckle and I place it inside the hole, back up the latigo off of it, and I'll just put my latigo right in the latigo keeper. Now, what I'll do is take my forearm, run it by the front cinch, grab my rear cinch, looking for the hind leg, so if the cow kicks, it can't hit me. Bring the rear cinch and slide it, because now I know it's coming, I still got hair contact. Then I'll take my rear cinch and I will buckle it up, okay, to the skin. If I'm roping, I'll tighten it up tight if I'm guaranteed to roping. What I don't want, you'll see this a lot from the rear cinch, you'll have people having it nice and loose like this. There's a fly right here, the horse goes cow kick, the leg gets caught in this rear cinch, and next thing it gets real western. You don't want that. This cinch should always be touching the skin of the horse. If you're roping, it's going to be a little bit tighter for obvious reasons. General riding, I just have it right there touching the skin of the horse, okay? Now the minimum I will do is I'll tighten up this cinch 3 times, minimally, okay? Now if I needed to move the saddle back because it wasn't in the proper position, even though we checked, because I had that space forward, I can just slide the saddle back and be in position. Because if I just started that way, put the saddle on there and I got to move the saddle forward to get in place, it would have been bad because it would have ruffled up the hair and then caused irritant for the horse, okay? So it's nice and fluid. This is the side I like to saddle on, is that side, and up on this side, then I'm good to go, okay? All right, hope that answers the question of how to saddle a horse and how I do it. And that's what I got. Like I said, I'm going to tighten this up 3 more times. Thank you.